You know, we've all been there. The moment a camera comes out for a big group shot, someone just mysteriously vanishes. But you know what? This is rarely about just being shy. So today, we're going to dig into the hidden psychology of why some people dodge the group photo.
Right? Think about it. Everyone's shuffling together, throwing arms around shoulders. Someone's about to yell cheese, and then poof, they're gone. It's like they just evaporate into thin air.
Sometimes they pull the classic move, "Oh, I'll take it." You know, it's the perfect out. Someone's got to be the photographer, right? But that is not the only trick up their sleeve.
Or maybe you've seen this one, a sudden, absolutely urgent need to tie a shoelace that was perfectly fine like 2 seconds ago. Happens every time. And of course, there's the old, just grabbing something real quick dash. By the time they get back, oops, photo's already taken, they have successfully dodged the frame. But the real question is, why? We're calling this the group photo dodge. It's such a common move, and hey, maybe you've even pulled it yourself a time or two. But what's really going on behind that disappearing act? Okay, so the easy assumption, the one we all make, is that these people are just shy, or maybe they're super vain about how they look, or maybe they're just trying to be difficult. But honestly, most of the time, that's not it at all.
The truth is, there's a real complex psychology driving this behavior. In fact, there are several different psychological reasons why someone might consistently step out of the picture. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack right now. So let's get into it. We're going to look at 5 totally distinct profiles, 5 hidden reasons that explain the inner logic of the group photo dodger. And I'm telling you, once you see these, you'll never look at that empty spot in a photo the same way again. First up, we have the hyper self-aware observer. And look, this isn't about vanity. It's about feeling totally overwhelmed by being seen all at once from an angle they have absolutely no control over. So what's really going on here? Well, psychologists call it heightened self-monitoring. Think of it like this. They have a little narrator inside their head that's constantly scanning and judging. Is my smile weird? Am I standing awkwardly? What do they see? In a normal conversation, you can adjust on the fly, right? But a photo? It freezes you. It captures one single moment from somebody else's perspective. It's that feeling of losing authorship over your own image that can feel incredibly exposing. Now, our second profile kind of builds on this idea of control, but it goes way deeper than just appearance. Meet the identity misalignment type. For this person, looking at a photo of themselves literally triggers the thought, that's not me. And this chart breaks it down perfectly. See? On the inside, they experience themselves as this complex, fluid, nuanced being. But a photograph? It's simplified, it's frozen, it's flattened. It feels like a really bad translation of who they are inside. So for them, a group photo feels like a misrepresentation, not a cherished memory. Now this next type is really interesting because of how much the past plays a role. This is the emotional memory holder. For this person, photos are loaded. They are not just neutral snapshots of a moment in time. See, psychologically, our brains are wired to link images with really powerful emotions. So if in the past, photos were tied to teasing, or maybe they became evidence of not being attractive enough or popular enough, well, the nervous system learns to see cameras as a threat. So avoiding the photo isn't really about the present moment at all. It's a form of learned self-protection.
But it's not always about past pain or self-doubt. Sometimes it's just about boundaries. Let me introduce you to the private presence type. This person is fully enjoying the moment, they love the people they're with, they just don't feel the need to document it for posterity.
I love this phrase, this profile prioritizes presence over proof. They don't want their image tagged and circulating all over the internet. To them, a photo feels less like a memory and more like public exposure. And in a world where every single image can become content, their hesitation isn't paranoia, it's discernment. They're simply choosing to live the experience rather than record it. All right, our final profile is maybe the most subtle of them all. This is the quiet outsider. This person might be physically right there in the group, but emotionally, they feel like they're on the edge, just a little bit out of sync with everyone else. You see, a group photo is a really powerful symbol of belonging. It makes a statement. It says we were all here together. And if someone is feeling uncertain about their role in that group, maybe it's a new job or a new circle of friends, being in that photo can feel like making a claim they're not quite ready to make. Stepping aside isn't an act of objection, it's an act of caution. So you have to ask, are they avoiding the photo or are they avoiding its implication? Okay, let's just pause for a second and pull all of this together. When we look at all 5 of these profiles, what's the real meaning behind the group photo dodge? Well, it's pretty clear it's rarely about being shallow or difficult. It's about some really fundamental psychological needs. It's about agency, having control over how you're seen. It's about memory and its deep connection to past pain. It's about identity and wanting to be seen accurately. And it's about emotional safety and personal boundaries. So the next time you see someone trying to step outside the frame, maybe don't pressure them with, "Oh, come on, just one." Because sometimes a person's presence in the moment matters so much more than their proof in the picture. And let me just ask you this. As we went through those profiles, did any of them feel familiar? The hyper-aware observer, the identity misalignment type, the emotional memory holder, the private presence type, or maybe the quiet outsider? Just take a second. Recognizing these patterns might help you understand yourself or someone you know a whole lot better. Because sometimes the most revealing things about us aren't what we loudly declare, but what we quietly choose not to do. Sometimes the most interesting stories belong to the people standing just outside the frame.